Guys, I wanted to share with you guys a really quick tutorial. It's Rosemarie here with 505 Crafts, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit about watercolored pencils, the alternative to copic coloring. So we're going to talk a little bit about the type of pencils I use and the papers and the ink. So let's get to it so it's not a long overdue video. What I use, you have to use actually, is watercolor artist paper. It could be any brand. I got this at Joann's in the dollar bin, and this is a perfect size. It's a little, and it has 15 pages for $1. The idea about watercolor paper, it has these like little lines, and you could feel it. You could almost feel it when I'm rubbing my finger on there. It has like these little wells that catches all the water, so you definitely need watercolor paper. You need to stamp your images with archival ink, waterproof. It's just, it doesn't run. So anything that's waterproof will work. Then you stamp your images. I just stamped a whole bunch of images on paper, and then there's some of the coloring. I mean, I'm not the best colorer, but I wanted to give you guys the idea of something different. And see how easy that you get these little bright areas. So simple, so easy. So you could use your colored pencils. I bought these really inexpensive Sargent brand. Let me see if you could see it. Whoops, move the camera. Of course, I always do. It's not gonna focus. Anyways, and then I bought these Art Grip Aquarelle, and they're by Faber-Castell, and these I bought singly. They were about $1.50 to $1.99, I'm not sure, and this was a pack, really inexpensive at Hobby Lobby. Used my coupon, and I got them for like $5. So here's the image that I kind of pre-started coloring, because I don't want you guys to sit there and see me coloring with colored pencil, basically is what you're doing. And so what I will do is I'll get this flesh color, and the flesh color that I'm using from Faber-Castell that's been my favorite is 132. And so you want to decide what area is your darker area for the skin and kind of for the clothes. As you can see, I went darker on the left side, like the light is coming from this side. And so I kind of do darker because she has bangs up on top, and then darker here on the side. And you could go as dark or as light as you want, and then just really light, 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 because all this color is going to be pooled towards the middle. And then again, really light on the neck, really light on the hands. You don't need much. Keep in mind that I'm behind the camera and I'm really blind, so I'm sorry if I don't do a good job of coloring this, but I just wanted to give you guys the idea. So I use this brush. Any brush will work for you, but I had first started off with this. It holds the water on the inside, but I didn't have enough. It didn't let me, the consistency wasn't good for me. So I just like dipping my brush into the water and cleaning it off on a piece of towel. So just clean it off. And so I start off on the darker area and just try to get all the way to the edge, and then I work all my way to the side and get all the darker colors first. Then I clean off my brush, and then I pull everything to the middle, and the lighter colors kind of start blending, as you can see. And you could take off some of the color if you like. And so if that's how light you want your skin tone, then that's how light it's going to be. Then I go through here and I kind of rub it in there on her neck, rub the skin on her hands. As you can see easily, it moves around. The color starts just moving really easy once you had water to your brush. It's so nice. So then next, again, we're going to start off the hair color. As you can see, I went super dark. I pressed really hard on the sides where it's already colored that darkness. So you know it has to be dark there, and leaving those areas for highlight. Look at what happens once I add the water to the brush. It starts blending that color, and it looks like just like a watercolor. So I'm just going to start blending these really nice and easy. And as you can see, I'm staying away from the lighter areas first, and then I'll go through, dry up the brush, and then I'll go back again and I will go through and pull some of this darkness into the lighter color. Those are your highlight areas. As you can see, I'm just staying away from them until I blend everything out first a little. These ones above the bangs drive me nuts because I get into the skin tone and it pisses me off. So here I am cleaning my brush, not too wet, and then I'm just going to go from the tips and kind of like rub in and bring in that brown. The more you do it, the more color you get, until you're satisfied with how much blending you have. You can stop, or you could keep going and drive yourself crazy like I do normally, but for video's sake, I just wanted to share with you guys just some quick blending techniques, what I think I should do. I self-taught, so I thought I'd share with you guys on this little tutorial how easy it is if you don't have those expensive Copic markers that I so want. But everything comes in due time, and so I should have a little sign that says will work for Copic markers instead of will work for food. So there you go. How easy is that? And you can see her highlighted hair. It almost looks like Copic coloring. You could still mess with it if you want. Once it dries up, you could still go back in and do it. So the same thing with the clothes. I'm going to go through, clean off my brush a little, and I'm going to work with the darker area first where I know that I put the darker colors. Sorry for whatever is tapping on my desk. What is that noise? Something is hitting the wall when I'm coloring. It's driving me bananas. Bananas, I say. And so there you go, the darker areas under the arms because the light is not shining there. And again, the same thing. It's up to you if you want to add a tinge of wetness to your brush. You don't have to because it stays pretty wet. And right in this area, as you can see, it's pretty dark. No rhyme or reason. So now I'm going to clean off my brush and I'm going to start working those lighter colors. If I keep wiping my brush, I could still wipe some more color off and bring the color to the middle. As you can see, really easy. I want you guys to be able to learn. I self-taught myself. Well, I watched a couple tutorials and I tried it. And so now I have my own technique of what I think should be done. And so it is dry. And so just going through, mixing in those colors. Don't worry, we will blend until we blend our hearts out. Just keep in mind that the more you keep it wet and the more you keep rubbing, you're still going to break down your paper. So just be extra careful and try to not be so tedious. Not everything has to be perfect. It's not perfectionist over here. It's just called prettiness. So, as you guys can see, let me start blending this side too. And you guys are probably like, what the hell, she's just taking so long. I don't want to see her color anymore. Goodbye. And so there you go. How easy is that? Isn't she looking so stinking cute and adorable? So easy. So I put black in her shoes and I went darker here and darker here. And then since I know that her socks are dark, I put a little bit of colored pencil there and there. So now I'm going to clean off, same thing, and start blending out those lines and blending everything to be together. Now I feel like I have kind of gray. If I feel like I have too much color there, I just have to go back in with a clean one and then wipe away. See how easy? Still gives that highlight effect.